what's something that's not diabolical? You know what? Magic chest key. That's fine. And we'll just slap that into all of the gems. And we're going to use this to filter the possible items list. We don't want to be clicking on. I'll just show you. So in here, we're going to click on this, and it's going to come up with another window to enter an item. So when we do that, I want it to pop up with only magic chest keys. So we're going to have a little stash here. Maybe one of your friends gives you it. Change items. Give you 5 of those. Okay, there we go. Lovely, lovely gems. Should probably make them all not consumable. Can never use them. Um, so how does this look then? There's got to be some kind of ID here. Is it that? Okay. So in chest 1, how do we store items, and how do we store, yeah, okay. So this needs to be on hold. We'll comment that out. Instead of alerting the ID, something like game party. Okay, we will need this. Data items. How do I access the party inventory globally? Alright, so all items is game party all items, and then we want to loop through these items. So here's item. We'll try the console log this time. Can we still do something like that? This one? There it is. So doing these sort of funny tick things, you can use a $sign and then curly brackets, and you can just spit out some code inside of a string. Item, how do you use that item then? Okay, inventory for each function item. Just item.name. Okay, nice. And then we want to spit out whether it's yeah, we want to spit out whether it is key item or not. Well, I guess I'm mixing terminology now. It's a magic chest key. So you can still use num items for item. Yeah, you don't need to know what type of item this is. Game item. Okay, so all items will just have a data class and an item ID. So I assume I can just access any item and then get the metadata from it. Item.meta. Okay, awesome. We maybe don't even need to access whatever type it is we're looking for. Item.meta. How do we do JavaScript string contains? Oh, we just check it like that. That's really good. Something like that. What was it again? Add a chest key. Does that work? Is magic chest key. So we probably also want to give them some other items just so we can tell it's actually working. get some items, and then check the log. Red gem, true. Yellow gem, true. True, true, false, false. So it looks like that's working as well. We can tell if something's a key or not. And I've been using that. So upon initializing the scene, we want to check if there is a record of this ID in the magic chest data. So some kind of console.log that. Undefined, as expected. So maybe say if magic chest data chests this.id equals undefined, then we will make it. So the first thing is going to be null, null. I guess it's null times the number of chest keys. Array n fill value. That's a pretty cool way of doing it. Clean and modern. Clean and modern sounds good. I guess we just have it like that. Array, and the length is going to be keys per chest. It doesn't like this for some reason. Maybe we can have it outside. That might be causing problems. So inside here, key array equal that. Then we'll have key array and then something else underneath. Can you do that? And then have this to be inventory. So in here is where we'll just dump all the items. So if this is undefined, we will fill it with something, and then we will also console.log that just to see what happens. So let's see. So it begins with undefined, and then once we create it, we have a key array. Here's our 3 keys, which is nothing, nothing, nothing. And then an inventory, which is empty at the moment. So we're getting there. We're getting there. And dot chests. How do I add to this without just destroying what's there? I guess it doesn't matter since this is the first one anyway. Uh, yeah, I was gonna try and enter some default data, but I don't want to have to create an item in the code and then add it and everything, so it's fine, it's fine. So let's see, what have we done? Get the basis for a script, I would say that's probably done. Chests to be accessed from the map. We have chests from the map. There are IDs associated with them. So we need to allow the user to actually enter items as the keys. So here we go. Now we have the commands and a way of adding in some kind of text to the command. Um, let's add another parameter. Uh, oh, I did it wrong. There we go. So this is going to be a drop down. How do I do a drop down? So for this, we want it to be how do we want the keys to be displayed? key display style. So this should be a drop down saying icons only, text only, or both. Type is select, option value, and then default is the value. Okay, so I guess we can just do numbers for that. Um, name only, name and icon. Name only, icon only, or both. So there's no min and max, but there will be a default. And I'm just going to have icon only, I guess. Uh, yeah, icon only, it's got value of 1, name only. For clarity, I should probably have the text out here, but I think for coding, it's better to just have a number. Actually, maybe that's, now I'm thinking about it, that's probably wrong. Yeah, so let's do it. Name only. By having the word typed out, you're leaving yourself open to have errors from typing in the wrong thing using text, but it's a lot clearer what we're doing when I click this and you can see name and icon, name only. So yeah, at a glance you can just see what it does, which is probably the better of the options. Let's see, key array equals just for the sake of knowing, in RPG Maker Z Okay, so we need to pass the value in. So where do we do that? Value in the scene, custom window. Yeah, okay. So just pass the value into initialize, and then we catch the value here. Oh, or set value. I'd probably like to just pass it in with the rect though. So we will have the rect, and then we will have chest ID, and then we will do right at the start, this chest ID equals chest ID. So now we can grab the key array, or I guess, yeah, it's an awful lot here to not be checking for anything, but we are automatically setting these up to begin with. So the key array might just be an empty array, which is fine, but it should always have something in it. From the window, and then we'll console log the key array. So this tells us we're doing it from in here and not from the scene. We want to pass in the chest ID when we're initializing, which means key window. Oh, it's in here. There we go. So I think we do the same thing. Oh, we've just done this ID, which is maybe bad. Chest ID, args ID. Well, let's just replace that. Let's add args chest ID, which is probably something up here. Yep, chest ID. There we go. That's better. Let's just check it's actually still working. So let's see. Yeah, that wasn't doing anything anyway. It's the plugin option. Chest ID, make it 1. Chest ID, make it 2. So the scene is catching the chest ID. This chest ID. And I'll just add a console log here as well. From the scene. And then when we try and make the key window, we pass in the chest ID. The key window catches it here. And then makes a local version of it. Or a private sort of contained version of it. So when we get down here, we can get the key array, or we should be able to. So let's see, it should spit out 3, just an empty array. Okay, so undefined.